Morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. This is True Train, guys. For your ancestors blow horns, whistles, and sirens and set it off however they choose to set it off to get the messages out to the beautiful people here on True Train. Listen, guys, I like what I heard. I've been had this for several days, but I've been waiting until Vine said we can drop this. But this is fun. This is going to be fun. It's going to be true with it. Don't get it twisted. Okay? Now, these are going to talk about our childhood games. Now, wherever you live in the world, it may be called something totally different. But I want each and every one of you to kind of just reflect back, okay, to the fun you had when you was in school, the schoolyard and all that kind of stuff. I want y'all to reflect back to this. I want y'all to think about this thing here. As you've gotten older, I want you to think back. All right. So the first game they came up with was Red Rover, come over. Okay. They call a name. So I looked it up. It says one team calls a player from the other team who runs to break the chain. If they succeed, they take a player back. If they fail, they join the team. So it's about getting more players on the other team. The game ends when one team holds all players or one team has only one player remaining. Now listen, everything's a setup. Okay, this is a setup. Okay, check it out. Check setup. Two teams stand in parallel lines facing each other, roughly 20 to 30 feet apart, holding hands firmly. The call, okay, who turns to chant Red Rover, send whoever over, okay, whoever the name is. The run, okay, the player that runs toward the opposing line and attempts to break the chain with clasped hands of two players. So you've got a line of players here, you got a line of players here. So if this player running here, he's got to break that chain here, okay? So falling apart. If the runner fails to break the chain, they must join the team. So if this player run over here and failed to break the chain, he got to join this team. Okay? So it rotates. All right, let's go. So you got to hold your hands firm. Okay, so the other team can't break. But what the team does is it targets what? The weakest link. So runners often target players they perceive as having a weak grip to successfully break through. All right, so the team often put the stronger or largest players in the middle to anchor the chain. So if this team is running towards this team and they see that, okay, this is a little strong here, I can't break that. I already know this is what this side is saying. I already know whoever the runner is. They're already observing. They're already checking out. They're scoping it out. They're scanning. Who's the weakest link? Who looks more afraid? Who looks this? Who look like they're not holding hands tight enough to hold the chain together, right? So what they do on this side here, they'll find the weakest, which would be probably, you know, several small groups here, small children here. This is about the childhood, guys. Small children or teenage, however you played it. And they will break through the weakest link. Okay? So that's that the way they're sending into my spirit, a lot of you, your children here. So you're not paying this any attention. You're just having fun, right? So as you get older and you start reflecting about them, put it like you did in my spirit. He said, I want to talk to them about their childhood. I want to bring the childhood back. Okay, the good stuff here where you played these games up to your adulthood for each and every one of you. Okay, so when I sat there and I listened, I said, well, you know what, Divine, that's the truth. We having a conversation today, guys. So there was a lot of you have already was target at very very young ages. Now these children didn't know they was that was going on. They were just having fun. Then we come up with the green light, red light. Still two teams. You got to move forward. Red light, green light. Somebody got to move forward. They turn around. You got to stop. Right? Okay. Let's move on down to the tic tac toe. We got 9 spaces here. It's all about numbers. Hopscotch. One leg. Then you drop down to 2 legs. One leg up, 2 legs, until you get to where you get into on the hopscotch, right? All about numbers. Rolling the dice, jacks, all about the numbers. You throw that ball up, you got to pick up 1 jack. You got to catch the ball. You got to get to all 10 jacks. You got to catch it. Those are numbers. You count them. You get 1. Next number is going to be 2. Next number is going to be 3. So forth and so forth. These are the games that people played. The children that when we were children. I said we were children, played games. But these games had meanings. So here it is today. You can take it how you need it. Research. Go internal. Okay. And see how this played out in your lives, guys. Okay. Playing these childhood games. card playing like spade, unos, and other games that people play. When people play spade, baby, you better come right. You better know the game. Okay, you can't be reneging. You can't be doing none of that because people get serious about these spade games. You hear me? They break out in fights. You heard? They break out in fights. Dice, numbers. Let's see, dominoes, numbers. So you step to that table, you better know the game. You better know the game, or they'll eat you alive. Spade, baby, let me tell you about the spade, boy. When you get with somebody that say they know and they don't know, you think you think the one that know the game is gonna tolerate the one that's the weakest link. You're gonna cause that person to lose, and that's gonna be a fight. That's gonna be a fight. Okay? That's with the card games. We got jump rope. We're talking about balance. Now you're able to jump over obstacles. Keep your stamina up. Dodgeball. But they throw the ball, got the dodgeball so you don't get hit. So now a lot of you, okay, we're talking about it today. You're dodging these bullets. You know what I'm saying? These negative vibes, not getting hit, dodging the ball. In this case, yeah, dodging the bullet with these energies. That's what Divine say about it. Hide and seek. Gotta count. Okay? So if you're the one that's gonna be doing the counting, you're gonna count to however far you're gonna count. And the one that's hiding, okay, when the count started, I guess everybody got to say the rate. I can't remember that, but the person that's, I always see a tree. I see a tree. I see a little face on the tree. Okay, and they're counting, and everybody's scattering. The children are scattering. They're finding their hiding spaces and everything. So once everybody gets situated, I guess however far they get, and the person that is counting out the numbers got to search for the children, the other children that are hiding. You see what I'm saying? So they've been looking for a lot of you and seeking a lot of you for a long time. But Divine kept a lot of you hid. You heard me? I said he kept you hid. A lot of these, when you did it when you was younger, guys, you couldn't find them kids. You'd be like, okay, I can't find you. Come out. Wherever you are, come out. But you never go back to the same hiding space if you played it again. Because they surely knew, okay, well, if they hid there, they're going to hide there again. We're going to find them this time. Okay? That's what they said about the game. So think back, guys, about that. And and feel the joy about your upbringing. Okay, I'm not saying it was everybody upbringing was perfect, but think back to the good moments when you were children, you was running these games and playing, having a good time. But as people got older, they still played a lot of games. Okay, they still tried to target the weak links. Others of you went on to be successful. You went on to do what was right. You went on to do whatever it is you was doing because it was a training. Okay. So that's how they wanted to bring that in. I did pull out an activation card here to see what Divine wanted to say about this situation. So the angelic frequency came out. Angels are here. You're safe. Potent connection. We do have our scriptures. I always pull my scriptures, guys. Focus on God's love. Make every effort to keep yourself united in spirit, binding yourselves together in peace. So same way we was here playing Red Rover, come over. Let's join together in peace and do it. Okay? Let's do it in peace. That's what they said to say about this game. Jesus said, embrace adventure in your life, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to those who are like these children. We're happy. People were happy here. Then, as people get older, as, the energy, gets to moving, you hear me? People change. Some change, for the better. Some change about, however they change. But there's changes here. Okay, and these games that a lot of, we all played some type of game here in the schoolyards, the backyard. You heard me? We a lot of played games, but we didn't, as people got older, it was like, no, we through with the game playing. We got places to go, people to see, and things to do. That's for the ones that know what I'm talking about. So think back to your childhood when you was out there playing and having a good time and laughing and not realizing that Divine had a lot of you. Had them in training, had you guys in training, whoever they are. All right? Had them in training, peace and success. There it is. I know that there is no greater goal than love. Peace says, I am a being of love and I release all negative energies. All of them. That's what they said to say, but we're not going to pull any cards no more than what you see here today. But Divine said he just wanted for the people to hear, go back and look over your life and see how far you have come. How many times that you've been tricked here, tricked there, sold out here, betrayed there. You know what I'm saying, guys? Just know that a lot of you are still in training. Okay, these childhood games has meaning. So think back to your childhood and see what you come up with. Okay, guys, this is for whoever needs to know, whoever want to lighten their load and think back to how some of their so-called friends, families, chicken, the dog, the rat, and the cat. Okay, was even at childhood already plotting in their little mind as they got older now how they can get over on others without doing the work. Okay, or taking it without doing the work, whatever this case may be to whoever it means. But that is what they put in my spirit. So we're gonna shut it down. There's just a little quick check in. Just think about it, guys. I actually enjoyed listening to Divine talk about these games and reflecting back to when I played these games. I didn't play all of them, but I played some of them. Okay, I played some of them. So, and when I look back, this is testimony. So when I look back, I started laughing. I was like, you know what? And I went back to my childhood, elementary school. I'm gonna talk to y'all about elementary school. And I was thinking, them jokers was filed in. They were filed, little badasses. They were filed in. But I love children, and I don't play about the kids. Okay, I don't play about the children. I really don't. Now that's God. I'm still gonna play about these kids. Okay. All right, y'all enjoy this. I hope it helps. I hope you have fun reflecting back to when y'all used to play, especially these card games. I still see that in the spirit. People get upset about these rolling dices and card games and stuff like that. But there's some other things that a lot of you played that we all played. Different types of games for the fun. You know what I'm saying? But also in the spiritual realm, Divine is training a lot of you to get to where you are today, whether it be on that side or that side. Okay? So I love each and every one of you. Please stay sweet, stay humble, and stay blessed. Bye bye. Enjoy reminiscing about y'all childhood. The good parts, okay? The good parts. Stay sweet, guys. Bye bye.